The shooting for Rajini's Star Linga is underway. Thalaiva, along with co-star Sonakshi Sinha, was seen at the movie set at KRS in Mandya. And as expected, there was a huge crowd gathered to catch a glimpse of Rajinikanth. But the scenes turned ugly when a group of people staged a protest against Rajinikanth's presence. The protesters claimed that Rajinikanth, who way back in 2008 had spoken against Karnataka over the Kaveri issue, must not be allowed to shoot in the state. Rajinikanth back then had stated that those refusing to give water to Tamil Nadu must be dealt with strictly. The movie Ram Leela might have impressed movie lovers and critics alike, but there seems to be trouble brewing for the cast and producer of the movie. Here's a report.
Goliyon ki Ras Leela, Ram Leela opened to packed houses across the country. Cinegoers loved Deepika and Ranveer in a new avatar, and their chemistry in the movie was to die for. While the praises linger on, so does the criticism. In what comes as a setback for the actors, a court in Muzaffarpur has issued an arrest warrant against the movie director-producer Sanjay Leela Bhansali, actors Deepika Padukone, Priyanka Chopra and Ranveer Singh. The arrest warrant has been issued pertaining to a case alleging that a few scenes in the movie hurt the religious sentiments of Hindus. Warrants have also been issued against another producer of the movie, Kishore Lulla, and the musicians and the lyricists of the movie. This is not the first time the movie has run into trouble. These warrants were issued based on a complaint filed by advocate Sudhir Kumar Ojha in November last year. The advocate filed a complaint under various sections of the IPC, alleging that a few scenes in the movie hurt the religious sentiments of Hindus. Though the movie was slated to release on November 12th, the Madhya Pradesh High Court had stopped the release of the movie till November 22nd, 2013. Despite court's orders, the movie was released on its slated date. That is when the trouble started. The CJM took cognizance of the case on February 14th this year and summoned the actors and the director. Not turning up to hear the case, the warrants were issued today. The warrant was issued by Chief Judicial Magistrate S.P. Singh. He has directed Mumbai Police Commissioner Rakesh Maria to arrest the actors and the others and produce them at Muzaffarpur Court on June 4th. Though the actors or any one part of the crew have not reacted to the controversy, it remains to be seen whether any reactions will be coming in now that an arrest warrant has been issued. A News9 report.
Well, if there is one girl who knows how to stay in the news, it has to be Poonam Pandey. And she has no qualms resorting to cheap publicity stunts as long as they serve her purpose. This time around, her arrest has taken everyone by surprise.
Controversial Poonam. Back to creating controversies. Actor Poonam Pandey is making news once again. She was arrested late last night at Mira Road in Mumbai. You must be thinking as to what she was up to now. Well then, let us tell you that Poonam was arrested for allegedly behaving indecently in public. According to police, they received a complaint about two people allegedly indulging in an indecent act near a park. When the police team reached the area, they found Poonam in skimpy clothes with a male friend in a car. A small crowd had gathered at the spot. It is said that she was then taken to police station and booked under Section 110 and Section 117 of the Maharashtra Police Act. She was also issued a stern warning by police and then released. Poonam, on the other hand, has a different story to tell. The bold actress claims that she was just listening to songs in the car parked on the road. Listening to songs in the car is not an indecent behavior. Please stop spreading such kind of news about me. This is not the first time. The starlet has courted controversy numerous times for uploading revealing pictures of herself on social media websites. So, creating controversy is not new for Poonam. She earlier said that she enjoys all kinds of controversies and takes everything positively. We really don't know if we can believe you, Poonam. A News9 report.
A natural disaster in Afghanistan has left over 350 killed and more than 2,000 people are feared missing. Rescue operations are on, but the remote location of the place has made it difficult to trace survivors. Here's a report. Two landslides wreak havoc in Afghanistan. Hundreds killed, thousands gone missing. A landslide in a remote village of Afghanistan has killed hundreds of people and left more than 2,000 people missing. The natural disaster occurred near the mountainous village of Badakhshan district. A smaller landslide had occurred early on Friday morning, forcing the villagers to recover their belongings and livestock. But around 11 a.m., a huge part of another mountain came crashing down and left no trace of those stuck inside. Thousands of tons of soil and rocks broke off from a hill, creating a wave of mud that destroyed everything in its path. The surviving villagers dug through the sea of mud with their bare hands to find those under the mountain of mud. But officials said there was little hope of finding anyone alive, given the scale of the disaster. It has been reported that there were more than 1,000 families living in that village. The government and local residents from surrounding villages are helping with the rescue operation and have so far recovered more than 100 bodies. It has been reported that rescue efforts have been hampered by the difficult weather conditions. It has been raining for a week and the melting snow has caused heavy destruction across large areas of northern Afghanistan. Officials from the UN have confirmed that at least 350 people have been confirmed dead. Police officials in Badakhshan claim that at least 100 people are being treated at a hospital for serious injuries. Badakhshan district is poor and fairly isolated, but the landslide-hit region is not far from the provincial capital. However, it is considered a dangerous area with patchy communication links and a heavy insurgent presence. In addition to the wars and fighting that have plagued Afghanistan for roughly 3 decades, the country has been subject to repeated natural disasters, including landslides and avalanches. A landslide in 2012 killed 71 people. Authorities were unable to recover the vast majority of bodies and ended up declaring the site a massive grave. The disaster-hit region is said to be in a terrible condition, and officials are worried if they can make any progress through the rescue operations. A memorial ceremony has been planned for Saturday, and the site is expected to be designated as a mass grave. Well, this is yet another disaster for a tragedy-struck nation. A News9 report. Even among talks for full-blown war between Russia and Ukraine, ugly clashes were witnessed in Odessa that left scores dead. Here's a report.
Is Ukraine headed to a civil war? Well, going by what we can see, it definitely looks like it. After Crimea became a part of Russia, growing tension has been reported in Ukraine. And the tension spilled out onto the streets as ugly clashes were witnessed in Odessa, Ukraine, as pro-Russian and Ukraine loyalists fought it out. The violence has clearly escalated in Ukraine as 40 people were killed in the clashes and a subsequent building was set on fire that was a result of the fighting. In what was a battle of pro-Russians versus Kiev loyalists and Ukrainian forces, people were used as human shields, choppers were brought down and deadly street fighting was witnessed. Dozens of people were killed in a fire that occurred in a trade union building, and others were shot dead in the first deadly violence between rival protesters in the city since the crisis began. The crisis in eastern Ukraine hit a boiling point with news that security forces launched their most intensive efforts yet to dislodge pro-Russian separatists, who have reportedly seized a number of government buildings. Russia warns of intervention. and tensions in the political circles also rage on. With the latest incident of violence, Russia sent across a strong-worded warning. Russian President Vladimir Putin warned that if Ukrainian forces had indeed attacked pro-Russians, all hopes of peace were lost. Well, it was largely expected that after Crimea, many other parts of eastern Ukraine would follow. However, Ukraine on its part is trying hard to ensure that a civil war is staved. The days to come will determine how Odessa will swing. Will the violence grow, leading to Russian intervention, or will Ukraine manage to calm the region down? A News9 report.